Games to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money. They say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time. Out and about, out chasing paper. The streets of my house and the house always wins like Vegas. Never down for the count. Second win, second nature. Found mine. Never had my hands out. Fuck favors. By design, everything tailored. In my youth, it was shell toes, no Chuck Taylors. We choke game, had a game show. It's still the same code game, so it's still the same code. We all pay the cost, pay dues. Move with the mind state that I can't lose. On the grind, push a hard line with my linemen. Back when I was young, they said it's all about timing. Feel it's my time, all the stars are aligning. I'm a diamond in the rough, couple cuts got me shining. This game you cannot cop on consignment. In the field, all we do is execute assignments. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk.
First, we get into this paper. See, I want it all, plus some U and 8 acres, a lot of alcohol, few dad bags of paper. Run this shit like a ship and I'm the sailor. Cold, kinda like it's fresh up out the freezer. Cold, if she ain't talking bread, I don't need her. Soon as I meet her, I'm a fucker, then I leave her. It's the old Mac knees, treat them all like bottom feeders. Break it down slow for them folks that don't know. I'm a seasoned vet, black belt out the dojo. With a wide range of weapons, so I'm out the holster. Keeping all options open, so many ways that I can fold ya. Told you from the gate, never been about no play. Get it on the go, they never been known for no delay. The game should be sold, not to be told. Keep your mouth shut, don't have to break the mold. Mac knees.
Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I distribute. Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I just distribute. A young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor.
I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. You know I'm the boy, get money's what I'm used to.
Keep you straight from the gate, so I don't confuse ya. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'ma make noise, shout to my producer. I'm an entertainer, but I ain't here to amuse ya. Yeah, fuck with shooters and they all fucking users. Come through and wake that ass up like a rooster, hella early in the morning. Early bird gets a worm. Finna get rich for 'em, food for the worms. Cutting cocaine, dropping whole things. It's a cold game, make you run your gold chain. Hungry, but I'm moving in a keto state. For sure, I beat the price on the keys in your state. Catch me running up a tail, fucking up a bag. Make me wonder how long will a good thing last. On my Curtis Mayfield, live a life I can't chill. Push a man, push the packs, all I do is make skrill. Keep it 100, I'm just numb, yo, I can't feel none of these suckers when they say they real. Stacking Uber cash, I'm an out-of-state supplier. Random Uber man, here to get away drive. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the... As I make my way
The fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.
What up, what up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
And it is I, him.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the crew. Who's up in here? Dennis up in the house. What up, what up?
Yo, Denny.
Derek in the house. Salute.
Derek.
Lee, what up?
Lee.
Get to the streets. Niner MMA, what up, what up?
What up, Niner?
Daniel Berry in the house. What up?
DB.
Joe Santo. What up, Joe?
Joe.
Uh-oh. Stephen Drake's in the house. What up, bro? Said Noah Brown a good play. Yeah. I mean, shit. Nico isn't going to play. Damian Pierce isn't going to play. Going to be more volume to go around for other people. Where's Peacock at? How does Nico and Damian Pierce not playing? How's that affect this week? I know Peacock's somewhere around listening. Triple X Lex, what up?
What up, Triple X?
Ed in the house, what up?
Big Ed.
Song said happy Veterans Day weekend. Salute to all the veterans.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the veterans, man. Y'all do something I'll never do. I will respect that forever.
Yeah, never, ever, ever. And Aaron, he said, you think Diggs will play? Man.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I think we need to hear a little bit more follow-up news because this is a Friday that he got added to the injury report like that.
He plays Monday.
Yeah, but still, we didn't hear nothing yesterday. I mean, that's the same as being added on a Thursday. If they were going to be in a Sunday game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad. Today's their Thursday. If he gets in the limited tomorrow, we're not tripping off of this.
Yeah. But still, there's something we definitely got to monitor because anyone who gets added to the injury report midweek, I mean, it's a cause to pause, no matter.
Yeah,
what.
for sure. I mean, it could be something that he's been dealing with that just flared up, or like it could be just. I mean, it's just we didn't even know he's been dealing with anything. That's you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna stay optimistic that he's a veteran, and you know what I mean. It's just one of those things they do.
Saturday practice report, super important for them now. Marco, what up? Marco from the Future.
Yeah.
He said, finally home and not at work anymore. There we go.
There you go, Marco. So what do you do out there, Marco?
What up, Bakes?
What up, Bakes?
Triple X Lex says, shout out to the vets. Yes, sir.
Right.
Bakes said, I heard Robert Woods is back at practice, might affect Noah Brown. Yeah, that is one thing that Peacock said, is that if Robert Woods is out, he likes Noah Brown better. And Robert Woods did get into practice. Yeah, so really curious what Peacock thinks about that specifically. Nico doesn't play, but if Robert Woods plays, there
goes their 3 wide set right there.
Yeah. And George said, do you think Jordan Brooks could play? I think he could play, but yeah, being limited. I know they said something about him practicing in the rain or like some shit like that.
It was I also read something like he just been having like swell ups and flare ups on his surgically repaired knee, which is not uncommon. I mean, he fired right out the gate, getting like 60% of the snaps, jumped up all the way up to like 80 week 2, and he's been pretty much a full-time guy since then. We're going into week 10. It's not uncommon to have some fucking, you know what I mean? Who's not banged up right now, let alone a guy who's coming off the ACL, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's for sure. And Triple X Lex Kincaid about to go off, if so. I mean, see, that's what makes it a little bit tough, right? Because if Diggs isn't there, it makes it a lot easier for them to key in on a guy like Kincaid. Like with Diggs there, that means nobody's ever worried about him. If Diggs is not there, then that means they get to worry about everybody.
I think at minimum, Diggs would play and be a decoy, right?
I mean, yeah,
it was that would suck, but like it still
really
help.
suck.
It would still help everybody else. That you know what I mean?
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe they're just that ballsy and they think they could beat the Broncos if he doesn't play for that reason.
I hate that ideology too, because I feel the same way. Like, okay, they can technically sit Diggs and they'll be all right.
And Derek said, but with Nico out, isn't that good for Noah Brown? Well, that was my first initial reaction. Yeah, because it's addition by subtraction.
Well, yeah, and like, I mean, for Nico, like, I mean, he did play out wide a little bit, like in the preseason and stuff, but he's predominantly a slot guy. So I would,
right.
I mean,
different roles.
What would they do? Push? I mean, because they almost got like two of the same guy with Robert Woods, except Nico, but Nico's just a giant. You know what I mean?
Right. And even in the beginning, like it still took Nico a little bit. Like Woods was the one who was getting like all the volume kind of in the beginning. Then he gets hurt, and then Stroud starts getting chemistry with the other guys.
Nico was getting some decent volume in the beginning. Yeah, like
I mean, he was, but I mean, Robert Woods was still at least in the beginning. I mean, we're
Robert
talking
Woods,
for
like
a couple.
the 5. He was the 5 for 50 guy, basically.
No, like that in the beginning. You remember he was getting like close to 10, and
but he was going 5 for 50, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well,
like,
yeah. Still the volume though. He was like number one.
Yeah, they were throwing the ball 40 plus times closer to 50 the first.
Yeah, he was the guy leading in targets in the beginning, and then he got hurt, and then everyone else started stepping up, and now who knows where Woods even fits into this offense. Marco said he works at a supermarket. Man, I've worked at so many supermarkets throughout my years.
Shout out to Marco.
Ed said, is DK a good player? Play JSN. I'm playing DK all day over JSN specifically. And he got in a full go at practice. So if you're worried about him, like, you know, being hurt or potentially not playing or whatever, he got in a full go. So he's not even on the injury report anymore. And Joe said, I think Nico drew most of the coverage, so without him, Schultz might go big. I mean, shit, whether Nico is there or not, Schultz is going big versus the Bengals. They give up the most points to the tight ends out of every team in the league, and I think that's something that I would definitely bank on happening. Him getting a lot of volume and them trying to capitalize on the matchup as well. Marty in the house, what up? Marty in the house, what up?
Marty.
And Derek said ESPN put Noah Brown's projection numbers up now with Nico out. Yeah, for sure. But like, I guess I just never trust those projections. I just never do. Because like they're always wrong.
You ever listen to the Macho Man rap album?
No.
It's pretty good. He's on there gassing. I'm pretty sure someone wrote his shit, but it's like he's like rapping on beat and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like it is. Really? It's not corny. It's corny in the sense of he's a pro wrestler, right? Dropping like Hogan diss tracks and shit. But it's hella tight, man. Like it's so early 2000s, like rap, like production.
Bake said, I love it when people get mad when I counter their shitty trade with an equally shitty one.
See, sure. Here's one thing. Trades will never get done that way. It only ends up with two annoyed people, right?
Yeah.
I try to my best to my ability to be like, all right, let me, because if I'm interested in something that motherfucker got, I'm going to try to be as cordial as possible before it's like, you know, normally I'd just be friendly. Just like, listen, I might sound condescending because I probably am, but I'm like, listen, I have zero interest in that offer, like whatsoever.
Yeah, and see, and I'd rather do that. Like I've realized it ends a lot nicer. Like I don't know, like there's been so many times where I've gotten a shitty trade, and I was like, I don't like any of those people that you're sending me. So if you wanna rework that, go ahead. But yeah, like that's why it's like it's almost a waste of time to counter a trade that's so ridiculous, you know. I really don't even counter trades like that anymore because there's one time I remember I'm going, and then it's just more to have fun. Okay, let me just take like 10 players from his side and I'll put 2 on my side.
And then you give him a kicker or something.
Yeah, like whatever the hell it is. Like, I don't know. It's like more effort and a waste of time to do that.
Okay. there was this fucking guy, and his name was One Effing Bum. That was his team name. It was the Dynasty League that we went 3 years, and there was just beef in this fucking league, right? It was like, and like, so this guy, fucking Bum, he would always send these shitty offers. So one time I countered him. I said, give me your whole team. Here's fucking whoever the fuck, right? He accepts it. Just to screw with everyone, you know what I mean? Then they had to reverse it, and everyone, what the fuck is this? And I mean, you know me, I'm like, hey, listen, he didn't accept.
I was like,
I just got to figure out how to drop 12 players right now. You know what I mean? And I'm going about my business, and they're like, nah, bro, we got to reverse it, bro. Fuck. I'm like, fuck this guy.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Because at the end of the day, you didn't even think that he would accept it. That's why he sent him such a ridiculous ass trade. Yeah. And like for him, who knows? Yeah, like just to fuck with the league. Like,
he was in last place, and it's a dynasty, so it's not like he can't make trades. But then at the same time, it's just like
it was too ridiculous.
Because we were routinely.
He makes that trade. It's because he's not coming back, like type.
Thing. Yeah, and then he didn't come back, and then he had a cousin in the league, and then like there was too many people that were like the nice guys. They were the nice guys.
If there was a stupid ass trade like that, you best believe I'd be shutting that down. Like I remember there was one guy. Remember I told you that I told him whether he's making a trade with 2024 picks in or not, he has to pay that 2024 season before I'll allow him to make another trade. Because I felt like he was almost blowing it up on purpose. He wasn't. And he waited. He waited like a month or two, and he's like, all right, I'm trying to get back in the trade mix. I'm going to just pay that year.
Yeah, here you go.
But at least I know he's serious. Like even Titans, I had to ask Titans. I was like, hey, bro, I know that you make crazy trades and sometimes you trade people off emotion. I was like, which I'm okay with, but I just got to know you're in it for the long haul. And he was like, oh, fuck yeah, man. He's like, as soon as I trade these first, I'm going to be, I'm not going to be quitting. And so really, we just got to know. I mean, you got to know. Some people are crazy.
What's funny is why is Bogard involved in each one of those talks on the other side? So like the other guy you were talking was Dallas Queef.
Yeah,
right. He comes in, starts just overhauling the team. I happen to be the first stop that he encountered,
and it's fucked up. I would have been the first stop had I opened the trades, and like I saw your trade. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I had an offer in there that I would have hit accept right away.
Yeah, it's crazy because it was just one of those nights I just couldn't sleep, and I'm laying down, and I just hear. And I'm like, oh shit, it's like 4 a.m. our time. I look at it. Oh yeah, I'm doing that.
He probably sent out multiple trades like in the morning or like whatever. Yeah. Who the hell knows how it worked out?
Yeah, he woke up that morning. It's like we're flipping shit. You know what I mean? And then and then he definitely was quiet for like a month after that. And then he ramped it up. And then the Titans one, it was like
and it wasn't just you. Like it was when he sold someone hella cheap, a QB hella cheap. And it's because he hated him. I couldn't remember what it was, but it might have been Howell for all I know. Or
it was Dak. He sent
no. That was the Dallas.
Dallas guy. Okay. I remember.
Titan. It was in the offseason.
It was Sam Howell.
It was right.
Howell.
Yeah.
He sent me Sam Howell, and he requested this from me. It was Aziz Al-Shaair and someone else, like some player.
Yeah. And he said it like I even had to ask, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't believe in Howell. Like I don't want him."
And I was like, "Yes, I'll take Howell."
Yeah,
but he knows, he watches the show. He knows my affinity for Howell, so he came through, and he. And
I feel like it's got to be like when the only veto trade that I've ever seen in like professional sports was that Chris Paul trade, and like. I feel like that's really the only time trade should be vetoed, right? It's got to be so ridiculous that like it almost ruins the integrity of the league for the trade to actually happen.
But then it's like I technically feel like I need to make those offers if I'm gonna get a Josh Allen. You know what I mean?
Well, but that's different though.
Yeah, because I have to.
If you would have bought, let's say, if you would have bought.
Yeah, if you
would have bought Tua, for that much. Tua is the man, but as far as like level of, there's still a level of difference between Josh Allen and Tua.
Yeah, and I bought Josh Allen 2 weeks right after the Kirk Cousins injury. And currently just the Stallion was the number one QB is the number one QB in fantasy. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like you got to kind of pay up for that.
We've seen some bad trades, but I've never been like, oh, this trade can't happen or this trade shouldn't. We've never seen anything that bad to where it's like it's gonna fuck up the league. That's not gonna say people aren't gonna get pissy and moany about trades because that always happens no matter what.
Yeah, and like the other one when you had to talk with Titans again, I remember it was like he had moved like Daniel Jones or something like that. It was like he moved like Daniel Jones for like Ritter and like something else, and then like he was just going on a rampage that week because Spencer, he saw me get into the mix. He's like, man, I gotta make a trade. So then next thing you know, you see it pop up. He made a trade with him.
Yeah,
be like Titans. If you see him getting active, throw your hat in the race because like he's taking all takers.
Yeah, for sure. And Marty just threw this in. He said Jim Harbaugh got suspended for the rest of the year. Yep, for the sign stealing stuff. And I'm sure, like, why wouldn't he just bounce and go to the NFL now at this point?
I wonder if that will hurt his cause, but then I'm actually probably not.
No.
Teams need.
It's literally nothing. Like, I mean, there's so many people on ESPN and bringing this up. Why doesn't college have the fucking same tools that the NFL has with the one person or whatever that can talk to the QB and then to the
they got the fucking Teletubbies on the side.
Yeah, like they're still. I mean, come on, like how is that not a thing? Like sign stealing has had to be a thing forever. Like how is it Harbaugh that's getting punished for this?
I mean, it is a trip too when you just see QBs transition from college to the league. Period. When like Tua, he ain't never really been under center. Like for real, like you know what I mean. And it's like almost having to learn again. A couple years later, then he's one of the baddest motherfuckers, right? But it's like so that's why they say, he's coming from an NFL style offense. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm curious to see who actually picks him up. Does he get a job as, an offensive coordinator versus like an actual head coach?
I think right now what he would do is like if his suspension doesn't entail this, that he can't do anything, but if he's able to do it, he'd probably be like an assistant to his brother because like he's done that a number of times before.
I mean, it would have to be his contract. The suspension wouldn't mean anything. Like he's suspended from coaching in the NCAA.
Oh yeah, it's his fucking contract. You're right.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Would he have some non-compete clause or something like in his contract?
I don't know, or maybe a non-paying, like he can go in as like a volunteer somewhere, you know what I mean, or like an overseer. Like how Big Fangio was, he kind of just like a consultant.
Yeah, it's weird that they're making him a scapegoat right now.
I mean,
sign stealing had to be a thing for like forever.
Yeah, and like because I guess in this case, it's a whole thing, bro. Like they got like a guy, and he's like a super fan, and he just took the liberty of starting like getting all the signs down, and then like bringing it to Harbaugh's staff, like, hey, look at what I got.
I mean, it literally can't be that hard. Like if you have like every single sign and then you compare it with every single play. I mean, I don't know. Like I figured there's got to be some nerds who can break that shit down and figure out the.
I think
the
algorithm. An issue of filming it.
Yeah.
Right.
And which I don't know if they did or not. So I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I don't know.
I don't know all the logistics. I just know that he's been suspended for the rest of the season, which is it even that much? How many more games do they even have at this point? Like the season's like damn near over.
It's like four weeks, I think.
You think so? I don't even think so.
Well,
I think only
because I remember they were talking about
10 to 12 games, but not every team plays 12 games.
On McAfee today, they were talking about how Georgia plays like they have like 4 games left on the season.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're saying like they close it out with Bama, and like if they could beat Bama, they're probably in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. In the playoffs.
What up, Matt? He said I traded Rachaad White, Dodson for Brian Robinson and Noah Brown. I'm 8-1. How would you rate the trade? I mean it's pretty blah, but
what did he send?
He got Bijan and Noah Brown for Rachaad White and Dodson.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, like, I don't feel like Noah Brown's like no more than like a little spot start for now, but I think getting Bijan before the Arizona game, I'm fucking
better go off because
right?
He's not doing that much. I don't even know who's doing better on the season out of Bijan or Rachaad White. If we're just,
I think it's Rachaad White, buddy, because at least Rachaad White had 4 games that are notable.
Right.
I think there's like 2 for Bijan, and they weren't even that good. It was just 2 that he was like deemed like over double digits. You know what I mean?
Let's look and see here real quick.
Yeah, because there's the Chicago game for Rachaad White early on in the season, and then the last 3 weeks he's been like
Rachaad White's got 5 more points on the season than Bijan does.
But it's all been in the last 3 weeks for real.
Yeah, for sure. And this week's horrible for him.
I have to believe we're buying the dip on Bijan right now. I got to. Oh,
I mean,
know
that's the only way that we could think about it because we know that he should be way better than what he's throwing out there.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Is like it's the squeaky wheel is a real thing, and the fans are squeaking like fuck. Like,
I really, next time we get Ricky on here, I want to ask him what he thinks is up with Bijan because I mean, we know the talent's there. Like, does he think it's the play calling? Does he think it's a scheme? Does he think it's Bijan? Like, I'm just curious what he thinks.
Yeah, maybe it's like a case of like, the coach out coaching himself because like why every time they ask Arthur Smith to explain himself, and this is just kind of pathetic too because I feel bad for the guy because they make a big old deal about his mustache and he shaves his mustache and he's still losing, and then he shows up on McAfee. They're in Georgia and all the fans are booing the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're booing. Yeah. All the fans are because every Friday.
Yeah, make the fan favorite move and then like not make the fans happy with like the way you're using these pieces.
And like, he's like over explanation and like, oh, I got 3 Ferraris and and this and that, in the garage. And this, it's like, okay, fucking pull them out then, bro. Rev that thing up.
It's time to drive them. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh man.
And then you have Heineke, a guy who's actually like taking shots down the field. So like this is, it sets up pretty nice here. Arizona, they give up the most 20+ yard receptions to receivers in the past month. It might even be all year, but I know for sure in the past month.
Yeah.
So it sets up real nice for them. Then you can run all over them, and then there's the Kyler Murray effect. I mean, Kyler Murray's, I know he might not be as mobile, but they did get tore up by Josh Dobbs and his legs, like so.
And Zoo, he said Burrow and B-Rob the Mob for ETN and Wilson. He said that's a trade that went down in a redraft that I've been in since SD. So I'm assuming that's the Get Tapped league, because that's the other league I know about that you were in SD. Yeah, I mean, I don't like making trades like this. Anything where it's like 2 of the same position on one side, 2 of the same position on the other. But it's Joe Burrow, like that's who wins this
I'll
trade.
take the Burrow side. I'm not mad at the Burrow side.
Let's see. Nelly Nell, what up? And they said, with all the QBs gone and me being tied for second place, I was petty and I picked up Dobbs and Stroud. And now everyone that's 4th and below is offering me players for a QB. Can you say what? I mean, that's how you do it. Is like,
and I would hold on to Stroud. I would hold to Stroud or flip like whichever one I can get a good skill position straight 1 for 1. Because whenever you get an opportunity to do that in a single QB, you should do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you could turn either one of those guys into a solid flex play,
and it would be Dobbs. Like I would try to push Dobbs, but I'm sure like the shinier piece, obviously, is Stroud. You might be able to get a nice little smooth 1 for 1 here. Shit, maybe go get Higgins. Like he's out this week, just smooth by him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe Hollywood Brown now that Murray's coming back, quote unquote.
And Zeus said, I offered Najee, Pickens, and Quay for Burrow and Scary Terry. See, I guess I'm not sure which Wilson you were talking about. I was assuming Russ Wilson.
Yeah.
But yeah. And seeing, I guess, sucks with your offer. I mean, shit, Pickens has kind of been whatever. Quay has been fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Najee's been whatever, It was Zach. Oh, it was Chipokawaka who did that. And Triple X Lex, the same situation happened to me. Kind of sent Nico and Jaleel for Devontae, and Feeler, and he accepted it right away. Yeah, I mean, that's what, you never know how someone's gonna think like about like certain.
I'm so tired of Devontae.
Oh, Zach Wilson. Not.
Oh wow,
that kind of makes it really bad. Then
that's a fucking shitty trade.
Yeah, that makes it really bad.
Yeah, no wonder he posted.
He gave up no QB though, and I know if that league is still the same. As I remember, it's a 2 QB league, not a super flex. You have to start 2 QBs.
So yeah, it puts that makes
that's an extra put an extra little value on the real shitty QBs. And damn, who was the person who traded him? Zukru, and he said, "Man, see, it's funny. It was a running joke. The guy who commissions the league, like it'd been going for a while. And when I got into it, and it was a running joke that he couldn't win. But then I guess, like, I don't know, like I'd been out of the loop for like a while after that. And I guess he's won a couple times. since. He's had some better luck apparently.
Screw that commissioner curse.
And Kang TTV on Twitch, what up? He said flex Taysom, Christian Watson, Charbonnet, or Gabe Davis. As of right now, I'm saying Taysom.
Oh, Taysom's in there? I don't know. I missed that. Yeah, I'll go with Taysom Hill. Yeah, Taysom Hill.
You love some Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I do. He's all Diggs. I got to back you out of me.
Yeah, Diggs doesn't play.
I immediately thought of like, oh, then he'll get certained or something. I'm like,
That's what's kind of tough about this matchup specifically. Yeah. And Stephen Drake's Cooper or Noah? Amari Cooper. Yeah, I'm just going that with Watson back.
I'll play Coop.
Yeah. I think that's getting a little bit too cute with the Noah.
I'm okay with the Noah Brown play. I mean, like I
Cooper's
think
been solid though. Like, I mean, I don't know what he did this past week off the top of my head, but even with the Walker, he's still out there doing his thing most games.
It was the ricochet off the helmet touchdown, remember?
Hey, by hook or by crook. Right.
Just like they practice in practice.
Oh yeah. It's the way they drew it up. And see, even then though, like take that one away. He was 5 for 139 on the game. I mean, that was what, a touchdown for like 5 yards or something? Yeah. Maybe a touchdown for 10. So 7, 8 points. You take away 8 points. I mean, it's still pretty solid.
Yeah, he went crazy last week.
Yeah. And then you look the week before that. 15 points, 6 for 89. I mean, that's the no Watson.
And guess who they played last week?
Who?
Arizona.
Oh, yeah, Arizona. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, to be who's playing Arizona this week? Yeah, like, let's see.
Falcons, right?
Yeah. Hopefully some Drake Londons.
You hope. We hope. And it was Earl who made it. I don't know if Tappan and if those guys have like any kind of special trade, bond between those guys. And I've been playing in the league for a while though. People just like certain people though. That's what it is. Like
trade relationships.
Well, and not even that, just like certain players. Like, I mean, a lot of players are subjective. Like I remember our homie Jay, who was in here, and he was talking about trying to make a trade. And I think it was with Crispy. He wasn't saying who he was like making the trade with, but it was like he was offering someone, and I think Crispy like hated the player or something, but he kept like putting the player in the trade. And I was like, well, you have to know your buyer. Like if he literally hates this player, like why would he make that trade?
Look, I know you hate him.
Listen to me. Just listen.
Just hear me out here. I'm gonna go ahead and send you this counter. It's the same thing, but I'm adding this guy. It's like, listen, just lessen him.
Well, yeah, so that's what it is. You have to know, like, you got to do your intel. I think that's why me and Bogey can sometimes, when we do make trades, sometimes it's a little easier because we already know players to not include, or maybe it'll get thrown out once, and then it's like, nah, that's not happening.
Yeah,
just never throw them out again. And that's, but you got to know the buyer.
Hell yeah.
All right, I kind of kick to the bottom here. Let's see. Dull Guitar, what up? Dynasty 6-3. Traded Stephon Diggs and Amari Cooper for a 3rd and a 4th. Oh, and okay, so Diggs, Amari Cooper, 3rd and a 4th for Chris Olave, T. Higgins, and my first wide receiver. Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused about that. And they said a 1st and a 2nd. So you got Olave, T. Higgins, and a 1st and a 2nd?
Bravo.
No, and a 1st. Okay, no. There just needs to be a comment in there. That's what it is. So he trades away Diggs, Amari Cooper, a 3rd and a 4th for Olave, T. Higgins, and a 1st.
I mean, I guess he just wants to get younger.
Yeah.
6-3. Like, probably 6. I mean, those are some contributing factors that he traded away to bring over some guys that haven't really been factors here outside of their young in a dynasty,
This kind of seems like a trade just to trade, because what's the difference on making this trade now versus February or March or whatever?
2 guys who are theoretically the number ones on their team to bring back Olave, who's the number 1, and Higgins, who like in dynasty, like we don't know his security, his job security next year. Honestly, wherever he goes, we're probably going to be happy. He's still Higgins.
6-3. I don't like trading away Diggs. He's the best player in this trade, and I know he's old, but
now.
for dynasty, you know, quote unquote, right? But you're 6-3. If Diggs is someone who help you bring a championship, that you know,
Yeah, I hope it works out for you.
Super Bowl move.
Yeah, I hope it works out. You know what I mean, like you bought one bye week and lost a player for a week at minimum, right? With Higgins, so you're buying a bye week with Olave. Because I'm still, he's saying 6-3, like he's cruising or something. Like you're only 3 games above 500 here, so yeah, want to try to stay in the driver's seat with some good players that are just locked and loaded.
Yeah, Ocean Deebs, what up? He said, "How you guys feel about McBride this week?" I like him over a lot of the BS tight ends because of the matchup. Falcons give up, they give up a bunch over the middle. Yep. And it's Kyler back. Kyler's always kind of targeted the tight end since, you know.
And, I think the de facto number 2, I would say, is him.
Yeah.
I think Michael Wilson, and Michael Wilson's a great stash. You know, pick him up if he's floating around on your waivers, just in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Max said, I just realized I have to start Keaton Mitchell next week. Well, as long as it's next week, I mean, he's questionable for this week. It just sucks about some of these guys, man. Like he comes in already hurt.
He's off the IR, and then he's been back on. He's back on again, hamstring, and then it's annoying.
For redraft, it's a hell of a headache.
Yeah, but what are they saying though? Is he still limited? Like
I'm pretty sure he was limited today. Let me go.
Yeah, he's a go. It's just annoying anyway because he's like another Jaleel McLaughlin. He's looking for this big play. You know what I mean? Out of a rotational back.
Yeah, see, and he's well, you know what? He got a full go at practice today, so never mind. Hamstring injury though.
Michael Keaton Mitchell.
There you go. I'm Batman. Let's see. Wait, what the hell Derek said? My work league, should I start Geno or Josh Dobbs? Man, fuck Geno. Start Josh Dobbs.
Yep. I'm not mad. I mean, I think Geno has at least 2 touchdowns in this one. At least. So I'm okay with the Geno, but y'all go the other way.
For my DKs and my Lockett, I hope so. And Song said Dobbs or Carr. Same game. I think I'm on the Dobbs side. I just feel more confident in him.
The only reason I'm gonna say Dobbs because he has the rushing as a part of his repertoire, but also like Derek Carr just gets vultured by whether it's a Kamara or a Taysom, like that's a real possibility.
Yeah,
probably a lower.
Not even a possibility. That's been happening.
Yeah.
He's literally been losing points to Taysom.
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, I remember us looking up like, hey, put Taysom in with the fucking QBs. Where's he at? And he was higher than Carr on the week at least. You know what I mean? But it was still funny. Like, it's not good, you know?
And Dennis said, me and Bogey kill the trade game for sure.
Yeah, and then there's the ones where I just cry alone. Where I'm like, I had Stroud.
Dennis has been learning. That's for sure.
Yeah,
learning.
The whole time I thought I was getting Bijan, and I was getting regular mustard.
Bake said Pops will trade for anyone on Denver, especially their defense. Why does he like their defense? Or why does he like the Broncos so much?
Okay, well maybe he's a Broncos fan.
Devo, if I didn't shout you out already, what up, Devo?
Smoke it up. Let's get high.
And Harrison, what up, dude? He said, just traded Diggs and Algier for Swift and Devontae Adams. I needed RBs, and I have pretty good wide receiver depth. I'm 3-6. Thoughts? I guess one thing that I don't like is like in a trade like this, where it's a 2-for-2, same positions on each side, where someone will consciously increase one side, position like a running back here, but then also at the same time knock yourself down. I mean, it just evens itself out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of preference trades. They just prefer a player over another.
Here's one thing that's tough. Swift, he ain't playing this week. What if you lose? I mean, I don't know who your other RBs are, but
shit, I was mind blown. I'm like, they're on a bye week.
I mean,
Right.
Algier, at least he's gonna play this week, and it is the Cardinals, and
And he's the lead back. Fuck.
That's all I mean. It just looks like, I mean, for this, if you're 6-3, every win is important. Like, you probably got 2 more losses in you. I just probably wouldn't have done that for this reason. For that reason, like, it's got to be someone to play this week. It's not bad, not horrible, but if you lose, that kind of puts you in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
Marty said, "What the fuck? This guy sent me Komet for Goddard and a first. I had to go back and look at if Goddard died during surgery or something. Because what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's wild. And see, and I don't even counter that. Like I either leave it up there just because, leave it up there. So then the guy has to take it down knowing it was a horrible trade, or you just decline it and move on.
I'm gonna leave this up here so you know what you did."
Harrison said I'd get him next week. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, he gets him next week because he's coming off of a bye. He obviously just purchased Goddard.
No, he said I get to keep Diggs this week.
Oh, it's probably, I mean,
the 3-day trade period or whatever.
Yeah, because like whatever, if they decide, even if it's 2 days, he should get him by Sunday.
Yeah, that's what's weird. I mean, I don't know the reason.
I don't know. Maybe it's still time for you to cancel that thing. I would,
Tell everyone to veto. And Marty said, "Damn, Hush, you're an honorary Vikings fan for that." Hey, man, Dobbs.
No, I mean, just look at what the Saints have been giving up in the past. Okay, look, you go back 3 weeks. They gave up hella yards on the ground to Trevor Lawrence. That's all I got. I'm like, who else? I don't know. They're giving up a bunch of.
Joe, I mean, who are you
they're
talking
giving
about?
They're giving up rushing yards. Period. Like, you know what I mean? Not just to the QB. I mean, not.
Well, I'm just looking at points.
Running back.
I'm just looking at points to the QB for those ones because who was it? Josh Dobbs or Derek Carr? I think that's the one that he's talking about me picking Dobbs over Carr.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
and and I'm talking about the Saints D, and then like versus like Minnesota's D that's been like not friendly at all to QBs.
Yeah, so what's crazy is like they're literally like there's no. I would say there's no difference in the matchup as far as like who's giving up more, because they're like literally back to back in like 11th and 12th or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both like middle of the road. And yeah, I don't know. Like Josh Dobbs.
There it is.
Yeah, man, he's just got a swagger about him that if Dobbs was the QB on the Saints, Taysom wouldn't be coming in for him in the red zone.
Okay, you ready for this? The more Dobbs learns, the worse he gets. The less he knows.
Because he's a rocket scientist, right? Just let him be natural.
I think astronaut school or something.
Yeah.
They call him the Pastronaut.
And Dennis said, "Stop with all the confidence in Dobbs. You're going to reverse jinx him." I didn't say to start him over Joe Burrow. I said to start him over Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. All right. That's like almost a stick. It helps people. Like,
let's read through the lines here. I didn't say start him over Josh Allen or like anything like that. Like where Derek Carr is like he's a super flex QB. He better not be your first QB in the super flex league. That means it's not that good.
Yeah, like I'd rather have Taysom.
Right? Taysom keeps scoring. He keeps doing things. Carr doesn't.
He's like putting up just as much as Carr is, I'm sure. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's not like, when Taysom runs it in for a yard, Carr throws it for a yard for a touchdown. It's like same amount of points either way. And I feel more confident about Taysom just randomly falling into the end zone.
And it's crazy because Taysom ain't even that big, huh? He's just does got some decent size to him. He's 6'2".
Well, I mean, he's the prototypical like new QB, right? Like, I mean, the 6'2" guy, he just doesn't have the accuracy. And he's a little bit more built like a running back than he is like a finesse QB.
Yeah.
And Marty said Taysom in the tight end spot might save me in one league I started 2 and 5 in. Taysom is going to be in my QB spot in a dynasty league this week because I have 0 QBs besides him that aren't on bye or injured. And I'm okay about it. Like, it's 1 week. I'm okay with it.
I'm playing a lot of Noah Brown and my man Trent Irwin. Let's go.
I mean, if there's weeks to do it, it's these weeks for sure. And Marty said, we love Josh Dobbs. He said, you just got dubinated.
See? And they say we're going over the top.
I just think that Josh Dobbs gives all of our fantasy pieces a little bit of hope. Like way more than whoever the hell else they were going to put in there.
Listen, that definitely sparked the hope for like a Jefferson return, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Sure. They won. Like if they would have lost, it would have been so much different.
Yeah. I mean,
because he just came in like, like mid-game, did practice 2 days with the team, 1 day with the team. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
They had what's his name? Had to get crucified.
Yeah. And he had to come back, right? It's not like they were leading. Like he had to make the plays like down the stretch. Hey, Josh Dobbs, man, he's gonna be that guy for fantasy this year. Who just some of these storybook super flex championship dubs. He's gonna be a part of them somewhere.
I got him in place in a couple super flexes this week.
Yeah. I got him in a handful. I feel like at least 3 or 4 dynasties.
Yeah, don't you fuck it up, motherfucking Josh Dobbs. You better be out there dominating.
And Sebastian, what up?
What up, Sebastian? I had a homie named Sebastian. We called him Bash. And this motherfucker was like, the name suited him. He would break shit. Probably put some more weed in there.
And say Taysom Hill reminds me of a poor man CMC. Nah, not even. Like, I mean, he's like
no.
He's like a rich man's Tim Tebow is what it is, because he actually keeps playing in the NFL. But like, I mean, Taysom Hill and Tim Tebow are like the same player. Like, that's what's crazy about it. But Tebow just wanted to be the QB, and that's it. He could have been a gadget QB. If he would have known that he could have got over 100 mil for being a gadget QB, he might have done it.
Yeah,
but Taysom didn't get paid that whole contract.
Yeah, the 100 million was like 15 million guaranteed or something like that.
It was fugazi for sure.
But how about this? This one's good. Taysom Hill is everything Trey Lance wanted to be.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like Taysom Hill. It's an awesome cheat code.
Oh man, I just found it's so funny. So with Noble's baseball, a guy that I know from fantasy football, from the literally met him in the group. Our sons play against each other now in this little league, and we got to meet each other in person.
That's tight.
They played the first game of the season, and Noble's team won, and now we're playing tonight, and winner goes on to the championship.
Ooh.
Loser is gonna have to play might play Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, some shit like that. So yeah, I really hope that we win tonight. So it's just one more game, and that's it.
The chip.
Yeah. Be the way easier route. That's for sure.
Let's just go win it now.
Yeah. And Dennis said Yahoo took away Taysom Hill's dual designation, which is really weird because he keeps playing quarterback snaps. That is weird.
But, well, I mean, I think what he's saying is they took away his tight end designation.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think that's what he means. Because why would it matter if they took away the QB designation? You still
because I feel like
because
at one point I feel like they did that on Sleeper, right? And then they changed it back.
Well, but Sleepers, they're cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they'll roll with
Yahoo's gonna go with how because Taysom is legitimately only listed as a QB, right, in the NFL.
Taysom?
Yeah.
Let's go see where he actually is on the Saints depth chart. That's a good question.
Yeah, he's listed as a QB, and it's funny because I'm sure he's the third too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, behind Winston.
Yeah,
but he's actually listed as the backup tight end as well.
Okay, see,
He's
I don't know
number
why
2
Yahoo
behind
would do
Schwanneman.
that then. Why would Yahoo, you know what I mean?
Because he's a backup at both positions.
Unless they did remove the QB designation, then that would be kind of funny.
Yeah. So which one did they move, Dennis? That is a good question. Did they remove the QB or did they remove the tight end?
I know. It's funny because we both assumed the opposite shit.
Yeah, and Bake said so Noble's playing after all. Yeah, he wants to play. And man, I literally had to call the league and like, no, we're not dealing with these bullshit rules. Like, he's not catching. And of course, it happened a lot different than that. But that's pretty much what the end result was: is Noble could play outfield and he doesn't have to catch. Good, because he wants to be there, like he wants to play. But yeah, he keeps getting hurt fucking playing catcher. Like one kid just like threw the bat and it hit him like right on the finger. And that was like 2 games ago. And that like fucked him up for the rest of the game because he couldn't like grip the bat all the way. Like when he was trying to hit. And then yesterday, man, he doesn't know how to play catcher. So he doesn't understand. Like the ball bounces in front of him and he gets, like he's trying to avoid it and he turns to the side, kind of just hits him right in the stomach. And like as soon as it happened, he ran off. Like he's like, oh, got me right in the stomach. And he was fine though. Like he's taken way worse spills than that and gotten hit with stuff way harder than that for sure. Ooh, Dennis said they took away his QB designation.
Okay. So he's still a cheat code.
What sucks is why did they do that during the bye weeks when it actually could come in handy? And I think that he's a downgrade at the QB most of the time anyways, depending on what the scoring is.
That is weird. Why? I don't know. Yahoo's funny.
Yeah, that's why I don't like fucking with Yahoo. And what Marco say? Pat Mahomes is the backup punter for the Chiefs. I believe it.
How stupid would that be if he had I don't know. Have him out there punting and risk him putting one leg in the air and having one leg planted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not. I mean, that's stupid. I'm not going to send my $500 million man to go out there and kick a punt.
Yeah, I was going to say the butt kicker would have to be hurt. He's, I mean, I've seen him punt before too. So, you know what I mean? Like he can do it. He can punt and kick fucking field goals. And then there's Justin Reed, who's their, emergency punter or emergency field goal kicker. Remember that?
Yeah. Who was the one who kicked the field goal?
He kicked
past week.
Oh, that was Agundawale.
Yeah, Agumbawale.
I
I bet he was so stoked that he got to, and he nailed it. Like it's different if you miss, but he actually nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, even when Sue said he was hella excited the one time when their kicker got hurt and he went out there to kick the field goal because he used to play soccer or some shit in high school.
McKinsey?
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I don't just step on QBs.
I can kick
feet. I can also kick the shit out of a ball.
Oh, shit. Marty said Dare's got a sister in the WNBA, too. That's tight. You know what's crazy? How crazy is this? That the WNBA championship game had more the series had more viewership than the World Series.
I can believe it because, like, first of all, it's a real shift in the past like 5-6 years of like just women things in general. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, the team that won, they went back to back. So it's like,
yeah, was it the Vegas team?
Yeah. So it was a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, and like what's crazy is the homies that I be fucking with that gamble and shit. Like they fuck with WNBA too. Like I was like, damn, you guys are really gambling. And there's one guy, he's like, nah, bro, I be watching them things. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. He actually has an opinion.
Damn, Joe said that I was an all-star catcher in middle school. I thought it was so good that I could reach out and catch the pitch before the batter swung, and it was a huge mistake because the kid swung. I've gotten hit twice like that, and luckily it just hit the glove each time and not like my wrist or anything. Because, I played catcher for a shitload of years. Really, as I got older, like I think when I was 13, pretty much 13, almost all the way. Through the end of high school. And yeah, man, that sucks. You can get really hurt. And you have to be close. That's another thing that sucks is like the best position is to be hella close. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's really, you get hit if the person is a shitty batter. That's usually what it is. It was both shitty batters that hit me when it happened. Damn, Joe said he got hit into the elbow. Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's fucked right there. I never got hit like that. Whew, that's bad. Dennis said, ever hear a song called A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash? Not me.
Yep. That's why so I always reference my homie Nancy.
Mhm.
And like no one ever asked us, and one time someone was like, "Oh, why you call him Nancy?" You know what I'm saying? It was like a bunch of broads that were asking us.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Oh, it's because he's my son." And I left him at birth, and I named him Nancy so he would grow up fending for himself. This is basically, I just ripped off a boy named the premise from A Boy Named Sue.
Yeah. And Marco said kicking a field goal is much different than kicking a soccer ball. Well, yeah, man, come on. It's over the bar, not under. Way different. But if you can kick a ball, I mean, if you know how to kick, I mean.
You hold it and I'll kick the bloody piss out of it.
Got the cigarette.
Right.
That guy's smoking on the field. And Derek said, in my work league, should I start Gino or Josh Dobbs? Man, it's Dobbs,
Gino.
man. Like Gino.
I'm going Gino, bro.
Gino's just at the bottom of the list for me. Like, if we got, how many QBs are we missing? 4. So we got 28 QBs. Gino's like very, very close to, like, he might be like 25 out of 28.
He really sucks. It's the matchup.
Yeah.
And like, I'm semi confident that Washington can go on the road and make it a game.
That's one thing that the Commandos have been doing, giving up points to the QB.
Yeah.
And Joe said a stoner streamer I used to watch had a boy dog named Susan. That's funny. I wonder what the context was.
Yeah, it's like you never really meet a motherfucker. His name is like Sue, and he's like not one of the baddest, like Dominican Sue, right? Like, even though that's his last name, like, listen, he's, you know what I mean? He's the baddest motherfucker.
I knew an Asian dude named Kerry back in the day, and he used to get hella pissed when people would make fun of his name.
See, it's funny because like I don't think of Carrie as necessarily just a girl name. Like
in the mid '90s, would you have thought that way? Because that's when I knew him.
I mean, I knew a dude named I knew a dude straight up. His name was Gagan, and I knew a Gaylord like even before the movie, even before fucking Fockers.
Yeah, you did say that you do someone named that. Yeah,
yeah, and it's funny because like years later, both these dudes like when we got in high school, they changed their names to something else. Like, oh, I go by Sonny. Like one of them started going by Sonny.
Yeah.
Like, shut up, Gagan.
Yeah, I go by Greg. I changed it. I don't go by Gaylord anymore. I go by Greg.
Yeah.
So wait, your name's Gay Fokker.
Hold on. Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Your name
so
is
funny
Gay
when
Fokker. I mean, it's just not a normal name. I mean, come on.
And remember when they were thinking about what Pam was going to be named? Oh, her name's going to be Pamela Martha Fokker.
He's going through the list, the fucking wedding list. Like, yes, sit him next to Randy Fokker.
Oh man. And Marco said, what, you have to kick over the bar? He said you kick the ball with a different part of your foot. Well, okay, I'm just saying that's what they say in the replacements. He was like, remember, Nigel, it's because you have to kick the ball over the bar, not under the bar, like in soccer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big difference. But I don't think he understood that, though. He's like, what the hell do you mean you got to kick over the bar?
When the XFL comes back, instead of having your standard uprights, right, just have one pole that goes straight up. You know how hard it is to hit that one pole? But for some reason, when you got 2 of them, motherfuckers that tend to hit that shit. But
that would be cool.
Do it on purpose?
What if it was that an extra point was like, if you kicked it, it was like 10 points, but it was just a bar. There's no field goal. It's like literally just a bar that you had to somehow hit. That would just be wild. It's like hella hard to hit.
A skinny bar.
Yeah. It could be the same size.
Okay, yeah, give them the same size. Fuck it.
Because it's still not that wide in diameter. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's
like fucking impossible most of the time.
Yeah.
You'd see
like that would be cool. It's too easy to hit the extra point. Like, let's change it around a little bit.
You see some fools all the way to the right or something, or all the way to the left. They're like,
And Marco said, haven't seen The Replacements in a very long time. Man, we just broke it down on the Silver Screen Breakdowns over the summer when we were doing our football movies. You should go check it out. It's a good one. Classic. Because Nigel, the leg gruff, steals the show.
Ole, 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 ole. What did he say? He said, Shane Falco, number one in, what did he say?
Number 16 in your playbooks, number one in your hearts. Yeah. And you know he's a degenerate gambler because what's the first thing he says? Hey, Shane Falco, lost a ton of money on that sugar bowl of yours.
He must have referenced that shit hella times, huh? On the meltdown in the sugar bowl.
It's funny that, like, I wonder if they do that on purpose, give him the exact same backstory in, like, multiple movies, like whether it's a football movie or not. Because, I mean, the story in The Replacements and Point Break, I mean, it's almost an identical backstory.
Yeah,
I guess it's a little bit worse in Point Break because
he's a recognizable figure because of his notoriety from college ball, but now they got him as an undercover Fed.
Well, he's definitely recognizable that way in The Replacements, but in Point Break, his leg got nuked. Like when he went out in that bowl game, he was done. Like he even says that I had to have like 4 surgeries, missed my window. In The Replacements, the backstory is different because he played after that one more year.
Yeah, and then
and then he was done after that. Like he fizzled out after that shitty year or whatever.
Yeah, he was so he actually made it to the league, right?
No, I think that was through college. Okay, I think that but yeah, because he got the shit beat out of him in the Sugar Bowl, and because he said that next year your teammates they leaned on you and you crumbled.
Shane Falco.
Yeah, I don't think he ever played in the league. I think that was the allure of these replacement guys. None of them had.
Yeah, that's true.
The most that they played was college. And Marco said, "Isn't he a gambler in the Hardball also?" Yeah, man, hell yeah, I love that movie. Hardball is such a good movie.
Damn, I ain't seen that one. Who's in that one?
You haven't?
No.
Yeah. So it's almost Coach Carter or whatever, that kind of feel. It's Keanu Reeves. He's a degenerate gambler, gets into a bad way, asks one of his buddies for money. His buddy is supposed to be like for his corporation or company, they sponsor a little league. And so he has to coach that little league to get weekly checks to pay back.
They're paying back
gambling debts.
Does he end up doing the immoral thing and betting on his team?
He couldn't find the bookie. But he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop betting. And this is so this is a timepiece. Well, actually, no, it's not. I think it's 2001. They bet on the Bulls a lot. They're right in Chicago.
Okay.
So they're like a lot of the bets. And that's one of the ones where they have, I mean, it's big money. Like I think 12 G's or like some shit or whatever on the line, or maybe it's 6 or whatever it is, some kind of big money. And they're doing bad and he has to go outside and he's giving him the play-by-play. He's like, should I look? Should I look? He's like, no. You not looking. It's working. It's one of the ones.
You ever seen the Silver Linings Playbook?
And South Sco, R.I.P. to G baby. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, but in that what's that thing? The Silver Linings Playbook. His Chris Pratt's dad is De Niro. And he's a big Eagles fan, right? So not only is he's also a bookie, he's hella betting and shit. And then like Chris Tucker, he's in the mental facility with Chris Pratt. And so when he leaves with Chris Tucker leaves with him. He's like, yeah, they said it's cool, man. They said I can go. They said it's all good. Let's go. Like they're in like a taxi. Like, let's get out of here. You know what I mean? So they leave and shit. And then like he's hiding them at the dad's house, right? And the dad's like, then the Eagles start winning. So then like he's like, oh, okay. He loves Chris Tucker. Just sit right there, just like that. Hold on, hold the remote, just like you were, right? And then like every time the police came, and they're like, oh, so we got to take him away. And he's like, oh no, just wait for it after this quarter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they take him away, and then he eventually escapes again. ends up back at the dad's. So they're looking for him. They find him. That he's there in the chair holding the remote. You know what I mean? Hey, hey, I'm that type of gambler. I was bad.
There you go, Joe. It really is like the Mighty Ducks. I guess the only difference is in hardball, he's actually getting paid for doing someone else's, not a charitable contribution, but I guess it would be a charitable contribution by a company to sponsor a little.
Because Emilio Escobar, was it like he was doing the old coach a favor or something like that?
No, he got pulled over for drinking and driving.
Oh,
and that was part of his charity. That was part of his, not charity. That was part of his community service.
Yeah. Oh, tight. Okay. See, I remember. I don't remember that detail of it.
Because I was remember at the beginning. I mean, that's where it all happens, right? He's like drinking, like after he won the case, and he gets a talk from the boss, and he's like, "Score, don't spike," and all this, because he's getting too big for his britches. Yeah. Then he's drinking and driving, and when he gets pulled over, he's like, "Oh, sorry, it was a little noisy."
Yeah.
Cop's like, "A whittle? All right, come on, get out of the car. What do you want? Blood, breath, or urine?" And he's like, "No, thanks, I'm full."
Oh man. See?
And what's his boss, the Ducksworth, he said he's making him take a leave of absence, but he's getting paid while he's taking a leave of absence.
Was that and that was the guy was that the guy from the Italian Job? The one he was like the main planner guy that they killed in the beginning?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like he got like the white hair and the fucking
could be.
He has like a little like deeper brash voice. Damn, what the fuck is that guy's name?
Let me go look and see.
Remember, he was like, there. He was talking to him, fucking. I want to say that was his old coach or something.
Oh well, the old Hans. I mean that
guy
was there. Yeah,
that guy. Okay, yeah.
And he dies in the second one. Yeah. No, third one.
The Flying V.
It's so weird because like Hans, he's only in number 1 and number 3. In number 2, it's like a totally different actor, and they said they're brothers. And really weird, though. And do you remember Jesse? What's his name, Smollett or whatever? That he's in there.
I mean, I remember
he's the brother of the.
He's the little brother.
We got the 2 black kids on the team.
Yeah,
he's the other brother who barely talks like at all. But he was one of those kids.
Those child actors, man.
Yeah, where the fuck is he? I'm trying to find Ducksworth on here in this. See who actually plays him. Oh, here you go. I think I found him. Joseph Sommer? I don't even know who the hell that is. Joseph Sommer? Definitely wouldn't know him by the name.
Is that the white hair dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. So it was.
What other movie did you think that he was in?
Check the Italian Job if that's him in there, because I swear this guy never ages either. Like, he's already old and he just stays like this old guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no Italian Job on here.
Okay, I'm mistaken.
I'm trying to look to see if there's any. There's any other things that we might know him from.
I used to think his coat was tight, right? He was wearing like the pea coat. Like when he's talking to him, they're both wearing like pea coats.
And
they got like the gloves on, little leather things.
He was in Patch Adams. He was in Shaft.
Patch Adams was dope.
Yeah, that's another. I don't even know if I don't think I've seen Patch Adams. I mean, I'm sure I've seen parts, but
there was another one. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like, this is when Robin Williams was on his little tear. He did like Bicentennial Man and like Patch Adams, and there was another one where he goes to hell because his wife commits suicide, and so she can't go to heaven. So she goes to hell, and he goes down there to try to like save her. I forget. That's basically the premise of the shit, but it was a trippy ass movie, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Salsco said, thoughts on the Bad News Bears. So you know what's crazy is like the Bad News Bears was one. I know I've seen it, and like I may have to go back and rewatch it, but I don't know. That was just one that I guess wasn't a part of my childhood, so I don't really have the nostalgic for the Bad News Bears. For me, it was the Sandlot and Little Big League. I mean, those were the
Sandlot for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sandlot was that one. Sandlot's so fucking tight.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like, with the narration.
Marco said he thinks that you have the old guy confused with Donald Sutherland.
That's who it is. because that's the guy that was in Italian Job too. Okay. Yeah, it was Donald. Okay, so I'm confused. He wasn't even in Mighty Ducks. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whoever that is, he's not in anything recognizable other than Mighty Ducks for us. He's been in some older movies, but
Simmons is old.
Where the hell is it?
Simmons is old.
There you go.
We gotta do Liar Liar.
Aaron said, yeah, because that's a real good one. Aaron said, start 3, Eckler, Pollard, Jacobs, Brees. Damn, who would I say?
He asked us this already, or we might have got the same exact shit. Eckler. Oh, no, it was Walker instead. So this is a different one. So Eckler, Walker, Brees.
What's crazy is the Lions have actually been giving up like not that many points to running backs, but I think I'm still starting Eckler.
Yeah, because he's gonna he's I mean, we assume that he'll still be the goal line guy. Like, I mean, even last week, no one really got work, but he still scores 2 touchdowns because that's just what he is. You know what I mean? I'd Sid Walker.
Walker's not in here. It's Eckler.
Oh, I'm thinking another one.
Brees. I mean, it's crazy because even though Pollard got his 2 touchdowns versus the Giants, like I almost want to say sit Pollard. Because everybody pretty much has good matchup. I mean, Eckler, I think, has the worst matchup out of everybody. Jacobs versus the Jets, I mean, that's a good matchup. And then Brees versus the Raiders, I mean, obviously, that's a good matchup.
Is there a world where Tommy DeVito can pull a Sam the Wolf Howe, where he comes in there and plays? Remember last year? The one start that the Wolf had, he went in there, and I put hella buddy on that guy. I was like, listen, he's about to trap game the fuck out of them, and he went out there and did it to him. I'm not saying Tommy can do this, but like, you know what I mean? Is if there's any kind of possibility, because then now to keep Pollard in the game, right? I would assume if they get up, like what you're fearful of, as well as I am, is like you get up and you better hope it's because of Pollard contributing, or else it just might be out. You might just be okay. Go ahead, dude.
What if he gets a touchdown? What if he gets a touchdown? He goes for like 60 yards. He doesn't really get any receptions, and then they just don't need him in the second half. Like that could be a thing. Like teams right now are thinking about the playoffs too, and I think that randomly, if we see some people getting the shit kicked out of them, we're gonna see some of these stars not playing the full 4 quarters. They need Pollard because there's literally nobody else. They'd be fucked in the playoffs if they didn't have Pollard. But we'll see.
They still should have got Derrick Henry.
Man, you guys should have made that move. Just give up all the firsts. Who cares? Who gives a shit? It's all about the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay, give up that 28th pick.
We have for an hour and 9 minutes and 12 seconds.
Let them know. Derek, hit that thumbs up for the 420 crew. All right. Derek said won't be around until Sunday night after now. Won't be in town again. Going to Connecticut this weekend. Hey, got to go see your girl, man. Hey, we know what's up. And South Sco, he said there's 2 versions. Second one is better. Are you talking about like the Bad News? Well, like which one? You're talking about the remake Bad News Bears, or was there 2 Bad News Bears back in the day, and then 2?
I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. When he brought that one up, I was trying to think, like I was just like, I don't even know. I don't even remember that joint.
And it was like
I was thinking of immediately like the Chicago, like an 85 Bears. Like,
yeah. See, look, 76 is when the first one came out. So
okay,
like,
is it one of the kid sports movies?
Yeah, I mean, just think of the Mighty Ducks, but with baseball, pretty much.
Okay, tag
a ragtag of like whatever players, and yeah, 1976, and seeing maybe that's why. And Walter Matthau, he's the coach, and he's just like a drunk ass coach. And but there was one made in 2005 with Billy Bob Thornton. That was, so I guess that's
okay. That's why. Okay.
And see, that's what didn't hit for me, is because 1976, like that, you know, like I'm watching the baseball movies that came out in the 90s for kids.
Angels in the outfield.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What's the other one? Rookie of the Year. And then there was all the major
Little Big League. That was the one where he was the coach.
Oh yeah. When he was like, "What's the trade value on an aging pitcher?"
Yeah, And seeing then the Bad News Bears coming out in 2005. I mean, I was 19 then, so I mean,
hey, Billy Bob, he's so a drunk coach.
Yeah, I'm sure he plays that really well. And see, I've never seen it, so now I mean,
Billy Bob just play. He's the same guy in everything, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure he's like the same guy as he was in Bad Santa. Yeah,
he's just.
I mean, he's definitely a different guy in Blood In, Blood Out. Like
there was one he did one with Bruce Willis where it was Bruce Willis, him, and Abroad, and they're like, I think it's called Bank Robbers. But like they rob banks, and like Billy Bob is like this weird, neurotic, super OCD, like weird dude, and then like, you know, and they were called the overnight bandits because they would like kidnap the banker, like the bank managers. They'd stay at their house, and then they would go with them in the morning and then rob the bank before anyone gets in there. You know what I mean?
I've also never seen the Friday Night Lights with him either.
Oh, word! I know I've sat through that. That's the MTV joint, right?
The movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's made by MTV Films.
Yeah, I've watched the show. He's not in the show. He's only in the movie.
Yeah, I remember I sat through that joint before. My girl loves that movie. What was it? What else was?
Yeah, Joe said Bandits. Okay, so that's what it's called.
Bandits. There you go. Yeah. Hey, that's just pretty tight, man. You know what I mean? Because it's like they become famous. Mm-hmm. So it's like by the time they're hitting their 12th bank or whatever it is, like the lady, she's like, oh my God, like it's really you guys. You know what I mean?
Salsco said, shout out to Booby Miles. Hell yeah.
Booby, let me spin, coach.
I do. I mean, I was a fan. I didn't watch the Friday Night Lights TV show until last year. And I
watched the show.
I'm a fan.
How old was that show? Like early 2000s?
2008, I think.
Oh, okay. Later 2000s.
Something like that. And crazy. And then Michael B. Jordan in there as well. Because I was one of those ones. I didn't watch it back then. So it's just, didn't realize he carried the show for 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's a boy. Michael B. Jordan. And then it sucks too, because even with Jonathan Majors, I mean, if, whatever he's in real life, I'm pretty sure he's a shit human being if any of this is true, right? Yeah. But yeah, he's been killing it in the movies, bro. Like it's kind of crazy. Like he had a joint that in one of them Cannes Film Festivals that's already about to be nominated for an Oscar, and they removed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's about to get nominated for like a Best Actor type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
see, like, did Johnny Depp? Did he ever sue?
Okay, yes, she tried to sue him. Oh no, he sued her for defamation because defamation. The only way you could win a defamation case is if you could.
But he was gonna, like straight up try to sue Disney though, or something. No. Well, like, being canceled off of that.
He was suing his ex-wife.
Okay,
because if this is almost as good as suing Disney, because so hear me out here, is because Disney released him so he could prove, or at least he proved in court that this hurt him financially.
For sure.
So that's what defamation is. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the character. You had to be able to prove that it hurt you financially so you can win the suit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then and she was trying to countersue. That was her whole thing, right? Yeah. And then everything that she brought to the table.
So did he end up getting money because of it? And
but she'll never pay. She doesn't have the money technically.
So that's what I thought. I thought he was
whatever. Whatever company, whatever company her law firm works for, they'll insure like X amount of like M's or whatever.
Yeah. So I thought that he actually because I know it was a suit and a countersuit.
But the fact that he won this shit, it's vindication on his name. So like Disney, because Disney like removed him from the one of their big franchises in recent history. Like, think about this.
That might be their biggest franchise.
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say I can't even think of any other movie like franchise that just kept going. You know what I mean?
I mean, even cartoons, like they don't have any cartoons that went like 6 movies, or whatever.
I was just thinking about this the other day because when we went on a Toy Story little binge with the kids, it's like those movies came out in the spans of years. You know what I mean?
The Toy Story 4 just like barely came out.
Yeah, like
that's still number 4.
Exactly.
I think that was 2020 or 2019 or like something like that.
Exactly. And then I think they did how many? They did four of the. I think they were set to do like 3 more or 4 more of the Pirates joint.
Damn, that's wild.
Did they do one without him?
No, not that
See,
I'm aware
I think
of.
they were planning to do one without him, but then like all the shit's got, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
it's gonna be
COVID
real
and all that.
controversial. You could lose a lot of money on that if it doesn't get the right. Like if the Free Johnny people. There's a bunch of Free Johnny people who probably never go see that shit.
Hey, look at this. They had a dude. He was like a social media analyst, right? And he was part of her team. So he was like, look at the amount of look at the harassment, because she's countersuing for defamation. He's like, look at all the hashtag Amber turds, right? Hashtag Amber, kill Amber.
We know that lawyer just wanted to bring it up.
I'm like, this is their defense. That's like,
because what did she lose out on? I didn't even know she was still doing movies.
I mean, she did like Aquaman. I guess, like, the main like love interest or something like that, and like I guess that like princess, whatever, something for queen, whatever the fuck her name is. I ain't never seen the Aquaman, so I don't know. But shout out to Jason Momoa, you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, like I didn't even know that
Aquaman guy's a weirdo. Fuck him. Do you see him grabbing on like the little girl in like one of the pictures? And she kept like weird. Arm, and he kept grabbing on her. Like, I don't know, man. That's just weird.
I don't like that. Yeah. I retract my shout out.
Yeah.
And Aquaman fucks fish.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Derek said I didn't know Michael B. Jordan was in Friday Night Lights. Not the movie. It was the TV show. So he wasn't in the first 2 seasons. He was in 3 and 4.
Hey, you think they keep going with the Creed thing?
Yeah, why not?
I know, right?
I mean, if he gets too old to be the guy, he's gonna just be the trainer next, right? They could like literally, and then there's so many ways you continue it.
Who would it be? It'd be
either his offspring,
or it'd be
it'd be Rocky's son's offspring.
Oh shit! Fucking
like the son really didn't
grandson.
Yeah, because like we know the son, remember, as the dudes from Heroes or whatever, like he was the one, he hated his dad. He had to give him that big speech in Rocky Balboa.
It's not about how hard you can get hit. Or whatever the fuck.
It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can hit.
It's so funny because I'm dying when he's saying that every time I hear that shit, because you just think of like when he's like going in and he's just taking the jab. He just eats that jab over and over and over again.
Like, remember when he's telling Mr. T, come on, man, you look so bad, or you look so bad. Like, man, just wearing those punches.
Look here, woman. You want to go home with a weirdo man?
Peacock said, why are you talking about my boobies? Booby Miles. And Brad, he said, free Jim Harbaugh, innocent until proven guilty. That's what sucks about the NCAA. They are the judge, jury, and executioner. So that whatever they say goes, no matter what. That's what sucks about the NCAA.
You know what? I commend Jim Harbaugh. I think that in my mind, in my version, he just didn't rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they even said, well, at least from what I initially heard, it wasn't even him. It was someone else on his staff that was doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
supposedly, but allegedly,
you're guilty if you're aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're the head coach. Like, yeah, if anything happens under your watch, like, yeah, you're guilty.
And Jim Harbaugh,
well, and I guess, like you said, if he didn't rap, maybe they don't know who it really was or whatever.
Yeah, he kept it above.
And Big said, nah, he's guilty. I'm a Michigan fan. I'm just saying though, like, I mean,
how do they feel about Jim Harbaugh there? Because, like, I mean, he was like, he played there, now he coaches there, like, you know what I mean? Like, is he?
I just don't get how is this never been
every time he walks into Walmart? Is he one of those guys over there?
There's no way that sign stealing has never been a thing in the NCAA. It's huge news right now because it's reaching us and we're not even paying attention to this shit. And I already saw this on multiple things before Marty brought it up.
I know. Even my lady was asking, she's like, what the fuck's going on with Jim Harbaugh?
See? Like, I mean, it just doesn't even matter. It's like, it's big time news. Yeah, there's some shadiness going on, but I don't know. NCAA is like super shady in general. It's funny because like in Ballers, I just got done rewatching Ballers. It's a real fast watch because it's only 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
And so they did a lot of foreshadowing. I mean, things are happening, but they foreshadow it in the show before it actually happens in real life. Like they want to bring a team to Vegas. And this is like, I don't know, 2016. So I don't even think we knew officially that it was happening yet or whatever at that time. And but that was one of the things. And then and then there was a big old thing with college football. Like they were really getting into the weeds with college football. And he was getting ready to sue NCAA for his brother. His brother was done dirty, like one of those stories that we've heard in documentaries where a guy gets hurt in his senior year, gets kicked out of school because he got hurt and he's got no more eligibility left, and all that kind of shit. And so he ended up committing suicide because of that. And so he was going to sue the NCAA on behalf of that, and he said he'll pull his suit when he pays the players. He said every single player deserves to be paid something. Now they pay. I don't know if 100% of the players get paid, but I know if you go to any kind of a school that we know about, you're getting paid something.
Hey, somebody school me to this. Is that just for football? Because like remember that my boy's son, he's a producer, right? Or he wants to make music and whatnot, and but like he's like he's trying to get a scholarship for track, like what I mean, like does other sports get paid too? Because that's way more incentive for kids to like keep their head straight and like what I mean. Because at the same time, I mean, not only just scholarships, right, to pay for school to go to while you're there, but like also like to get paid to play the sport. You know what I mean? Like, is it just football?
And you know what? Yeah, I think it is just football.
Yeah, well, football gets the TV deals and stuff like that, so
it's got to be something that makes a lot of money because they're getting paid off of certain deals.
What about college baseball? Do they, like, or do kids just go straight from like high school and college to the fucking like the minors?
No, I mean, yeah, like that's what's crazy is like with baseball, no, like. I mean, I guess it's the same thing if you're getting paid under the table for any sport because you're that good, like you're getting paid under the table. But I don't like that's what's crazy with baseball is like you can be drafted out of high school and a lot of people just may not even go. Like I was on a team with multiple guys that got drafted, but they got drafted in like the 40th round or 50th round or some shit like that. Yeah. And, there's no guarantee of anything. Like you're starting off like, your signing bonus is like $1,000 or some shit, and you're getting paid like nothing. Like I think like minor league baseball players, like they probably get paid, like equivalent of like 20 an hour. Maybe not now, but like maybe like back then they were like $15 to $20 an hour. Because you literally are working out and doing shit every single day, but you're only getting paid like, I don't know, a couple thousand a month or something.
Okay, just to be on like the fucking... That's not bad though.
The rookie single A Dodgers squad or whatever. Because like each team has like 6 or 7 affiliate teams.
Yeah.
We just don't know who the fuck they are. They're all these random ass fucking... Lake Elsinore Storm. That was like the closest minor league team to San Diego. Lake Elsinore is like an hour away from San Diego, like by Temecula and Murrieta, if you know where that is, in that little pocket, like of nowhere.
Yeah,
LA and San Diego.
Who was them motherfuckers? Damn, him I draw blank. What were we talking about right now?
The minor league baseball teams.
Oh yeah, so BWB. I remember he was like a I guess like in the Midwest is hella big. You know what I mean? Like the spring leagues.
Yeah,
and
for
like,
sure.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But and it was like he said like these fools are like superstars in their little towns, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean, they only got one team in like Wisconsin, right? I mean, the Milwaukee Brewers, like that's a big state, so it's like, yeah, all the little shit towns and all the places, like those are probably the random places with teams.
Yeah, and like he was like a field manager, like you know what I mean? Like he would go and do the lines and
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so and he was like, yeah, that shit would be cracking.
Yeah. I mean, go watch. Have you ever seen the Jordan? Have you ever seen Jordan Rides a Bus? That 30 for 30. That's a really good watch. So it's the very first season of those 30 for 30 movies, and it was showcasing Jordan's time with the Chicago affiliate team, and it was Jordan rides a bus, and it's because he bought a bus for them to ride on. Like he stepped up the game.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I mean it's literally just showing footage from like minor league baseball stadiums and shit, and like everyone would like. Stadiums were packed, and like people are coming with their basketballs. No one even wants Jordan sign on a baseball. Give him the basketball, and it's like his role in Space Jam. Where they actually show him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, remember Bill Murray? He was like, "Hey, he's trying to get."
But it's all the behind the scenes shit of that for sure.
Like, it's a curve. It's a curveball.
That's a good ass movie to watch if you guys haven't seen that. The ESPN Jordan Rides a Bus. That one came out the same season as the Run Ricky Run. In the very, very first one.
That's tight. We should ask Ricky how that process was like.
I know I asked him about it in the first one a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And but yeah, he said it was a long process. And like that movie spans like, I mean, fuck, it might span like 5 or 6 years. So like that was like a lot of
did it cover when he went to like Australia and stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it pretty man. See, you haven't seen it?
No,
you should go watch it.
I've only seen like the Ric Flair, and like I never.
So you've only seen the new ones. That was like
I didn't really fuck with the 30s like that.
Let's see what year that one actually came out.
Shit,
2010.
Yeah,
2010. So shit, almost 15 years old at this point.
Wow.
But it spans like when they're recording shit. I swear it's like 2004 to like 2008 or something like that. Like it's maybe even 2009 might even be in the mix on there. Like that's how much the movie spans of his life. Pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's a very polarizing sports figure.
Yeah, and let's see.
Hold on, let me go try to find my lighter. I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh, there it is. Yes. I was like, what the fuck am I done? I was walking around holding my lighter.
Because let's see where that actually came out. Because it was very, very early in it. And
from the 30 for 30 joints.
Yeah. And it was pretty much, it was every single week that it was coming out, and it was a new movie that was coming out like every single week. And like the first one was A King's Ransom, and they were talking about Wayne Gretzky in that crazy ass trade where they like literally traded their entire team for Wayne Gretzky. Like literally. Like
it was worth it.
It's the Travis Kelce trades that we're trying to tell you about. Well, I mean, it wasn't they never won a championship though. So I don't know.
With the Kings?
Yeah, did they? I don't think.
No, I guess you're right.
I witnessed the first Kings championship, and it was 2000.
Because like he was always heralded as like the greatest ever. So I just
he won with the other team. He won a championship with them.
Okay,
but he could not. They got close, but he never won it with the Kings.
Okay,
but it was because of this King's ransom. Like literally gave up the entire team to like get him, and he wasn't good enough to do it all himself.
Did that other team go on to win?
You know what? I can't remember. It was the Edmonton Oilers that he played on, and I know, and they won before. And yeah, see, look, he won it with the Oilers 4 times. Marco says, yeah, see, exactly. He won
Edmonton, it in Alberta. Is that that's Canada, right? Edmonton, or no? So, is that Edmonton? I guess Calgary is different. Edmonton, Alberta.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess because it is Calgary, Alberta, just different provinces. Is that what they call it out there?
Yeah,
they don't say like
see, so many of these movies are so good. I'm just looking at the list like right now, and so that King's Ransom one is good. Without Bias was a really good movie. The Glenn Bias guy, fucking so good, and he OD'd on Blow, and like the only reference that I ever had to that was in Saved by the Bell in their drug episode.
What did they say?
They said, and they were like something about athletes. And he was like, yeah, and then Slater brings it up, even Len Bias, and I said he had everything in the world, including cocaine.
Whoa, I remember that.
Right?
That.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so now there's a whole movie about that backstory because that shit happened in 1986. I mean, it's literally the year that I was born.
White lines.
The U. That's a good ass one as well. That was one of my favorites.
I know I've seen inserts from that one.
And they have two of them. Two versions of
there was one with The Rock in it, right?
The first one.
Okay, that's the one I saw inserts from.
Because that is the Jimmy Johnson
Irving and all the motherfuckers in it.
It's the Jimmy Johnson U is the one that they're covering. And then the next one is like the Ray Lewis and Greg Olson. And like, I don't know who the coach was then, but that was the second iteration of them.
Greg Olson, the tight end?
Yeah.
I forgot he's old man Greg.
He had a rap album when he was at the U.
Put that on.
Greg Olson's one of the boys.
Hey, listen, Greg Olson he was like Travis Kelce before like Travis Kelce, you know what I mean? Like the white boys lined up. He got he got big old earrings on and shit. You know what I mean?
Took him a while to kick off.
Yeah, right. And then he was just, I mean, because think about it too, like even in the NFL, he like, I mean, it wasn't until he got with Cam for real, right? He floated around. I mean, he got traded, or I don't know if he got traded, but I know he played for like the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it just the Bears then, Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
Then he was there in Seattle for a little bit.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, he started going around everywhere. I mean, but yeah, it was with the Panthers when he really got gone. Yeah, Winning Time. That one was really dope with Reggie Miller when they show the whole Reggie Miller Pacers shit. They had the Allen Iverson one where they're talking about all the conspiracies behind the Allen Iverson shit
because of the crossover.
Well, no, his trial, just in everything.
Oh, okay.
When he was when he was in high school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's crazy. So this one, it's called Silly Little Game, and they pretty much break down fantasy baseball and like its entire like the beginning and all that kind of shit.
That's pretty cool.
And then Run Ricky Run, number 12. See, like that's what's fucked up. How stupid are they? So, Silly Little Game is the 11th movie released on April 20th, 2010. They released Run Ricky Run on April 27th, 2010. Are these guys stupid? Come on, man. Like, how dope would that have been if it was Ricky's episode that airs on April 20th? Come on. That's low-hanging fruit right there.
They talk about the whole marijuana thing in there, I'm sure, too, right?
I mean, that's pretty much the reason for the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, like, I even told Ricky, like, I was like, when you were going through that shit, we were like, respect to Ricky. He was like, man, fuck the NFL. I'm just going to, like, quit and smoke weed the rest of my life. Like,
yeah, it's like, I'm just going to go. I think he said something, because I've seen a few different joints where he's talking about, like, yeah, and I just went somewhere where, like, no one would recognize me.
Yeah.
And so he just started going all over the place, but then like he ended up in Australia for a minute.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Because that's what I thought. It was like Ricky was he was on this sabbatical, smoking hella pounds of weed just on the reg and like chilling with the whole crew, which he wasn't, I don't even think he had a crew. He's going solo bolo on a lot of stuff. But that was my that was my interpretation of Ricky with no social media. Like when that shit happened, he quit smoking weed, smoking hella pounds, but weed's expensive when you smoke the best weed in the world. And I'm sure he was smoking that.
And like, I mean, he didn't really say it, but he kind of did hint it. He was like, my roommate in college, he just always had it. Like that's exactly how he worded it. So I'm like, oh, he probably slanged the roommate. He's like, yeah, so yeah, I'd be like, roll up. I just say roll up, and okay. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, Ricky got it like that. You know what I mean? Like, so for the point, roll up. We go work out. I go to practice, come back, roll up. You know what I mean? Staying lit.
It's funny that like he said he didn't really smoke a bong until he got to like Texas. Mm-hmm. So I mean, a lot of people smoke. I mean, it's all yeah. But that's where it was, and man, it's crazy that it was the bong hit that was the weed epiphany.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different world when you hit that bong. I mean, I started smoking joints and like pipes and stuff like that. Then when we got into the world of bongs, I must have been like, I don't know, 16. By the time I was 16, like at my high school, I had a few different lockers because I had like the homegirls locker that I would use, and I had mine, like, you know what I mean? And I remember one of my homegirl had the outside locker, so like I keep my bong in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like that shit would just be reeking, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, you know, we go retrieve the bong, you know what I mean? Go to the park. It's hella funny because, like, you know, the bong wasn't a small bong, and it was, you know, not the glassware, it was the, you know, the plastic ones with the little, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it always reeks because the dirty ass water. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, who the fuck was cleaning their bong back then, right? We were fucking kids. We were just put it in the locker room.
That's what's crazy. Is like, well, I guess
we wouldn't even be hitting it with water half the time. Like, if we had water, like, cool, yeah, but we just.
Yeah, see, when I was smoking at school and I had the bong, it was in the car. But pretty much every single time, I would dump everything out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not keeping the water in that thing when we did put water. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
that motherfucker stank. And we got rolled up on by polices, bro. And then they made us destroy the shit. And then they made me pick up all the pieces.
That was funny. Yeah. The also
like
super weird,
guy. Yeah, it's like, because now you made me litter.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, pick all that shit up.
One time, not the one time, but at least the time I got rolled up on when everything happened where nobody got in trouble or anything. Yeah, we had the bong, and they said put the bong in the trunk, and that was it.
So there's this dude, right?
All the weed was gone. Literally every scrape and crumb gone.
There's this Filipino cat that I've known since like fucking dummy young, bruh. And this guy don't really say shit. Like, he's just a quiet dude, right? Hella athletic.
You never say shit, B.
Right? And look at this dude fucking what is it called? I remember, like, he was we never really talked to BN, but he like lived on the block, and like, you know what I mean? And then we did like the science camp shit in 5th grade, where like you stay in like a cabin or whatever, like, you know what I mean? And he was one of the kids in our cabin, so it's like, you know, so he kicked it, like, you know, but he never really said nothing. And now flash forward to high school, and like, he's stupid at athletics in every sport, and then like he's just walking by us, and we're like, hey, BN, you want to smoke? And he don't even ever smoke, and he's like, yeah, fuck it. And like, you know, he's like, I'll just take a hit. We're like, okay, yeah. And you know, back then it was all about getting somebody hella blowed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hit the bomb. Hit that shit. He's all choking. Yeah, look at me. Yeah, he hit it like a champ. Hit it again, right? You were getting stupid high, and that's when we got rolled up on.
Damn.
When they rolled up, we're hella high. And I remember, like, so the police is dropping us all off one by one, right? And
how old were you?
Huh? I was like 15, 16, maybe.
Probably
like, I think I was like 15-ish, right? Yeah. And I might have been 16. I was a sophomore.
I remember off at your guys' house.
Yeah, because like, and see, here's the thing is like, because he said, if your parents aren't there or they can't like somehow get a hold of them or whatever, then they're gonna, you know, they got to pick us up from wherever they take us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? They're dropping everybody up one by one. And me and BN, like I said, he lives on the block, so they dropping out BN and his dad's outside. I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's one of them old school Filipino dads, bro. When BN came out, like, so they're standing there, and BN's high as fuck. Like, I'm talking about, he never. Okay, hold on, this is funny though. I get to it because right away, in front of the cop, the dad just starts smacking him up. Fire! Fucking him up. And then boom, they hop in the car, drive us away, and then the cops are all like laughing about it, like, oh, his dad wasn't playing. And they're like, you know, joking about it. I'm just like, fuck. And then like, so my mom wasn't home, nobody was home, but they wrote a note because they're just like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Just about to drop me off. And my mom pulled up, bro. I was like,
damn.
Yeah, I was like, damn it. But yeah, this fool BN, check this out, never saw him for years. His dad like shipped him off somewhere. Like, this shit's crazy. And then like we saw him like when we were older, like at some bar or whatever. And he's all yoked now. And he got like sent to like a military school or whatever. And he said he never smoked again after that, bro. One time, and this motherfucker gets popped. His dad sent him away. He probably like, we're like, oh shit, BN, what's up?
You gotta have hella money to send people to places like that.
And shit, bro. Most of Filipinos that, you know what I'm saying? And especially during that time, like a lot of people work Silicon Valley, bro. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers was balling and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially before the massive like late 90s layoffs. That's why they're like, fuck, we can be paying everybody, man.
Yeah.
My mom was part of those mass layoffs. You know what I mean? Yeah, that shit was wild. Fucking
Marco said in this one time in band camp.
Hey, Marco, he said they're okay with weed over there, huh, in Germany? Oh no, that's what Hess was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he said there. Marty, I remember. Marco. Last thing he said was they're trying to legalize it, but it's just a lot of hoops. Maybe he didn't use those words. Maybe it's something else. But
yeah, I'm fucking with places that where like you might get shot, or like go to the fucking them foreign pintas, bro. Fuck that.
And George said, Kate Otten and Joku, Hunter Henry, rest of season. Man, I mean, either way, there's no rest of season with guys like this. You're just going to make moves based on the matchup. So how about who would you play this week?
It would be, I would play Hunter Henry.
Yeah, Colts are giving up a lot of points to the tight end. Let's see. Yeah, Titans are a horrible matchup for the tight end. So that's bad for Otten.
Yeah.
Who's in Joku play? The Ravens. Horrible matchup for the tight end as well. Yeah, I'm just going Hunter Henry. Just got to play the matchups. He's the only one with a halfway decent matchup here versus the Colts.
We're doing it in Germany. Let's go.
And Matt, he said, what are your thoughts on Adam Thielen? Fuck, man. Like, Thielen's great. His QB sucks.
And it sucks when your special team scores a touchdown. It just kind of like, and then the offense doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, and then their team, the offense just sucks on top of that. And if you're not, it was fun when Thielen was all the offense.
Yeah.
Like now they want to like try to be like, fuck that shit. They're trying to be like an actual team now.
You can still have games like that, but yeah, they're only going to lose for so long. I mean, because they have no incentive to lose. I mean, they don't even have their first round pick, so it doesn't even matter. Like,
yeah, I think they're going to try to play and win. You know what I mean? Like, this is good for the kid. At least it's, good real life reps, right? But it also sucks though, because when you get to this point of the year and beyond, like if you're one of those teams, you start checking out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the players.
Mentally,
sure.
like I mean, how much does he want to? How much does that O-line want to protect this kid every fucking week? Like, hey, fuck this kid. Learn the hard. This is you paying your dues, kid.
For sure. Yes. Yeah. Should have just made him pay his dues as a backup. Let Andy fucking Darnold there. Whatever the Dalton is. Yeah, Dalton, the Red Rocket. Should have just let him start from the beginning of the year, because I don't know. Like, there's times when Young looks like he belongs, and then there's times where like you have to put in fucking Dalton to come in to make a pitch just to like get a third down conversion. Like, I don't know.
Yep, that happened. It actually happened.
Peacock said, I smoked weed in Germany about 20 years ago. There you go.
Gangster.
Yeah. Where'd you get it from?
Could have been subject to firing squad. For all we fucking know.
Hustling Bruce. He said, would you start Evan Ingram or Trey McBride? I'm on the McBride side.
Yeah.
And Jake, what up? He said, Higgins playing. Is this clickbait? It says, is Higgins playing? And it's a question mark. No, he is not. He's been ruled out.
Yes, it is clickbait. All right, it's an attempt at it.
Yeah, there you go. It's an attempt at clickbait. There you go.
Yeah, we're not that good at it.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of guys get declared out since we started this show as well.
Okay, so let's fire them off for the good.
I mean, we mentioned a bunch. I mean, we've been going through a handful as we've been going on. But let's see, how about let's just go down to actually just the official outs that we know as of now. Start the AFC. Let's see. We already know we got Nico. We got Dameon Pierce. Henry H2O. He's officially ruled out as well. Patriots got an offensive lineman that's out, Trent Brown. JC Jackson. He didn't even travel with the team. They didn't even want him to come over and get
your shit straight. They said, get your shit together mentally. That's literally what they said. Like, what I mean? Get his mentals together.
Yeah, and we know Devontae Parker. He's been ruled out. He never cleared concussion protocol. T. Higgins, Sam Hubbard, both of them got ruled out. Zay Jones got ruled out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. NFC. Who do we got here? Jair Alexander, Quay Walker. I think they're doubtful. I mean, they got put on the out.
Yeah, they're not
here, but yeah, they both got the doubtful tag.
What about Zaire? Anywhere? Oh, is he out?
He's still so he's questionable as of now. They haven't officially
that's gamesmanship.
Let's see.
You know what's crazy about that one is man, I think he's like the leader in like total tackles right now at linebackers.
Okay. Oh no. Hey, all right. So it freaked me out a little bit. So it's so close. Him and the guy underneath him. It looked like he had not practiced all week and is out. But no, that's Andrew Ogletree. Franklin did not practice Wednesday. Limited on Thursday. Full go today.
Let's go. Put him in the lineup, baby.
He will be back.
That's gonna help their run game.
Let's see. And Adoree Jackson still hasn't cleared concussion protocol. Evan O'Neal, so that's their offensive. I don't know which side. Which side's Evan playing? Is he a left tackle for them? Either way, they're missing one of their tackles for the Giants.
Yeah.
No,
he's a right. Andrew Thomas is a left.
Okay. 49ers left guard Banks out as well.
Yeah, saw that.
So those are all the official outs, at least as of now. Let's see if there's.
And then we got the expected, like, just sticking on the Niners. I know we're expecting Debo.
Yeah. Well, and how about this before we can get into that? Terrell Bernard did not. He's still in concussion protocol.
Yep. So fire up your Tyler Dodsons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think there's only been one super outlier, and that's been the Brock to clear. And so it's not he's not pacing.
Doug said, do we start Pickens? It depends over who, but I'm leaning no in a lot of cases. But with Jair Alexander out, it makes Pickens a little bit juicier. That's for sure.
I'm pretty sure getting like upset and like, like not unfollowing the team and stuff like that. I'm sure like they're going to consciously be like, okay, kid, let's look what's going on here. Mike Tomlin knows how to talk. He said a lot in different interviews where he kind of treats these kids because like him having kids that are that age now, a lot of these players.
Yeah.
He's like, I realize they're like my kids. And sometimes you just got to talk to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Doug, and who did we say? Oh, Matt. He said, how do we think Kyler Murray is going to play? I don't think we're going to see him running. We know he's accurate, but I mean, I'm going to say
it's weird why they're doing it's weird.
I'm going to say he's going to go for around 180 and 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and like no rushing. Like I think he's only going to run when he's being chased.
Yeah, and I think he's going to take. I mean, good thing they don't have no crazy ass pass rush,
right? Calais Campbell might get to him.
Oh shit! I forgot they got him in the revenge game. Calais Campbell gonna play for every team, right? But it is a revenge game nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a revenge narrative when he gets on the field every week.
I mean, he was. He definitely was. Was he drafted to the? He was drafted to the Colts. Because I know I want to say he did play for Arizona for a nice little stretch too, right?
Yeah, I thought I swore
was it Arizona that drafted?
I thought that he was. I thought he was drafted by Arizona.
Okay, I might. Yeah, I felt like Calais Campbell was.
Yeah, he got drafted to Arizona, and he was there. 2008 to 2016.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's for sure. He was wreaking havoc on us forever.
Yeah, and then he went to the Jags, the Ravens, and then now.
Okay, when he went to the Jags, that was the Saxonville shit.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Okay.
2017 was the first.
I don't know why I was thinking the Colts for some reason. Trying to remember which interior lineman they had.
And Jake said, can't wait for A-Chain to come back week 11. Instead of Connor plays, would you start him over Javante? I think I'm just starting Javante. Yeah, Buffalo hasn't, like, they've been giving up points.
Yeah, and then that game is going to be competitive or equally bad on both sides, because this is how we pep talk Josh Allen and them get their shit together. You know what I mean?
Pedro said his Boyd must start this week. I think he's a good flex. It just depends on who you got.
Yeah, I think he's a strong flex. I mean, I think he still plays his same role though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he maybe gets an uptick because I mean, and also like one thing that Joe Burrow's been living in this year is a shorter shorter than his normal like 20 yards average. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
everything's been a little closer to the vest. So yeah, I like Tyler Boyd because then it's like Trenton Irwin is a nice he's another guy I could argue be like a nice little streaming option this week. You know what I mean?
And Peacock said fire up Perryman. I'm nervous about Perryman. I think it's Cashman over there. Like, I mean, Cashman's definitely the guy, like over there. And
does Christian Harris get a little uptick this week with H2O out? Like, I mean,
he for sure will. Yeah, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
But here's how it's been over the last couple weeks. It's been Blake Cashman is getting a lot.
Cash, man.
And then it's like Atu and Perryman are splitting like
and it's annoying.
And then it's like, and then Christian Harris gets like, I don't know, like 10, 15.
So Perryman is the play, but then you're worried that like it'll just be like
I don't think
Harris will just rotate in like how H2O was.
If you could only start one person on that defense in the linebacker core, I'm starting Cashman. Yeah. I think that Perryman's a little bit like, I don't think he's just a straight start just because Atu's out.
And they are playing Tennessee. No, who they're playing? Oh, they're playing the Bengals. So it's like, you know what I mean? I do like the line. I like the action that the linebacker is going to get in this game.
Yeah, he would have to have a tremendous uptick, is what I feel. Because it's Cashman. Like, he's the guy over there. That's the only guy who's a set it and forget it, I feel. He's a set it and forget it in the dynasties that I have him in. Like, that's how much of a set it and forget it he is. Doug, Kincaid or Schultz? I'm going to go Kincaid, but Schultz has the best matchup out of everybody.
Oh, actually, I'm going to go Schultz.
You might be able to play both of these guys, I feel, somehow.
Yeah, I think like he can flex out fucking those guys over a lot of players this week.
Doug said tacos or spaghetti for me tonight. I like the tacos.
I was going to go with the tacos. I had spaghetti personally. Like, it was weird because like both my girl's parents and my parents just decided to cook spaghetti. Like they were having a goddamn spaghetti off or something.
Yeah.
I had spaghetti for like 2 days.
Whose was better? Tell the 420 crew whose was better.
Well, it was two different styles. Like my when my parents made it, they have the sauce with the meat, you know, the meat sauce or whatever, and then they have the noodles separate. So then her parents, they fried it like Filipino style. You know what I mean? But I always take that. I mean, my you know, like the sauce and the noodles the thing, and I just fry it together. You know what I mean? So I still end up frying it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fried spaghettis and shit.
And Peacock said, well, yes, Cashman over Perryman if you have both. Duh. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Perryman, he's a fringe starter is what I feel. Yeah. He's all right. I think just Cashman is the only one over there.
Storage is almost full.
Oh, man, better go delete some stuff.
But I'm not deleting that Roblox.
And don't delete Red Dead Redemption. One day I'm going to replay it or keep playing it.
I just need one more big score.
And you know what? So for the tacos, like, I mean, the tacos that most people have is usually just the hamburger meat, maybe get the taco seasoning. I really want to get some, just straight carne asada meat, know, nice and marinated.
Yep. Do they got those Mexican supermarkets out there?
Yeah, for sure. That's where we got all the tacos.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we had. We didn't have fucking hamburger meat tacos.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that either, though. Like when you have a white people taco night.
Yeah, exactly.
Taco shells,
exactly. Yeah.
Taco shells, or even like deep fry the corn tortillas.
Yeah.
To make them like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. But yeah, and then obviously the Barrios tacos, that shit was going crazy the last like 4 or 5 years for real.
And I gotta get
like, I swear to God, I don't think I've ever heard of them motherfuckers till my homie started making them and shit. And I just seen them everywhere. Like, oh
man, I want to get some of these birria tacos again. They're so fucking good. From I think it's Vito's Taco or Vita's Taco. Every time we're watching the football game on Peacock, we get you get the regional like ads or whatever. That shit always pops up. It's so good. That's it. It's not right down the street, but yeah, it's pretty close. And it was random why they got it. Vanessa just asked me, "You want to try this taco spot that's over here?" It's like, yeah. And it was like,
because there was that one place in Dago too, right? That was
that was Smoking Back Cat who put me on. It's funny, I lived like literally like a mile away from it when he told me about it. It's fire.
Like, oh shit. Yeah, like where I was living in San Jose, there's taquerias everywhere you look. You know what I mean? Taquerias, noodle houses, just everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like there was this there's few places where I liked both the food and the sauce. Because it's like sometimes I'll go to a place like, oh, they got fire sauce here. You know what I mean? Like there's a place called La Victoria's. And they have like this orange sauce and it's so fire, like they bottle it up and sell it. So like I'll just buy that shit because their food's alright with that sauce though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sauce is super fire.
Yeah, and like when my sister came up here, I didn't think to tell her like, listen, go buy me like 8, 9, 10 bottles of the
That's why I'm saying I gotta like always try it without the sauce a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying don't put sauce on it, but I need to see what the meat and shit tastes like too.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, man, I almost just want to go to San Diego just to eat like at those joints.
I mean, it's all places from like, I mean, supposedly, back in the day, it's all the different cartels, and that's just one of the way that they launder money is by getting taco shops in San Diego.
Sure. I'm sure.
I don't know if it's true or not, but they got some mean tacos. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, put it like this: like all the noodle houses, bro, they're all cash only. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So you can launder your money.
Reason for that.
You sold 2,000 bowls of soup today. You might have had like 20 motherfuckers in there.
Yeah.
You did what I'm saying? Just cooking the birds.
Yeah, I need to get to a noodle house here. There's this it's called the Magic Noodle.
Okay.
Here in Vegas. I know I've been there once and it was fire, but I gotta go again. It's about to start getting cold. That's perfect noodle time.
Yeah, it's already this. We were just saying that too, and like, I was hollering at Kev about this when I first met. I was like, "Where's the good fub joints out here?" He's like, "Man, you gotta go in the sack.
You gotta get on the hood."
Yeah, they gotta. I'm like, exactly. Like, duh, you gotta go to the ones where you gotta clean the spoons when you get in there. Like, you get the napkins with the water, the little water they give you, and it clean that spoon. Like, listen, man.
Oh man. Pedro said also cup due for a major comeback or no? I mean, as long as Stafford's there and not like super fucked up with his thumb, like
I promise, if they're playing a team that runs majority zone, they eat because they just eat up zone. And then you also have to factor in, okay, what's this defense's pass rush like? Because that's ruining games too for you know what I mean, when you could just beat up Stafford. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's like the third most sacked, right?
Yeah, something like that.
The year.
Yeah. Marco, Red Dead Redemption, number two.
I just need one more big score. I never even played that game, but I remember the footballers used to always say that because they were like sponsored by that game.
I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto for cowboys. Yeah. Like that's really what it is.
Just on a horse.
Yeah.
So you can just run up on somebody, just throw them off the horse, take their horse.
Yeah.
Cool. And you go to saloons and they play music and stuff.
Yeah.
You got whorehouses.
Yeah.
They got it all.
Yeah. I think it's a very accurate depiction.
They got draws? Like, do they have duels?
I guess that's a yes and no, because obviously, I mean, it's like Grand Theft Auto. I mean, there's just gunfights like happening. Mm-hmm. I've never been in one where it's like a straight up, the song, the whistle, going, 5-second countdown, like none of that. Because if so, I mean, I would just take out the guy first, right? Like, unless you lose because of it, I would just be like the guy in fucking The Harder They Fall.
Right? Count it off.
Tell the story.
You know what I mean? I just shoot that motherfucker right when we're gonna start back to back. Take 10 steps, turn and draw. Right when that motherfucker started walking, just turn around, dome call him. I win. Yeah.
Yeah, because the only whoever's around to tell the story, I mean, that's the only thing that matters.
I mean, we're outlaws. Hey,
Marco said Boyd, Adams, London, Ayuk, Davis, Flowers, Hollywood. Start 3. London,
Boyd, and Davis. Oh, Ayuk is in there. I'll play Ayuk.
Yeah. Do we really want to bench Adams? Are we just gonna show him? Are we gonna stick it to him?
It's playing the Jets.
Jets. Yeah.
Playing the Jets. It's not. It should. This one we could be. I feel like we could be disciplined on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Jake said the trick is with that huss. When you cook the carne asada, it's a skill, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because you could be bad at fucking
and like
grilling.
I used to like marinate the joint, and then like when we throw it on the grill, and then like when it's almost done, then I cut it up, and then like finish it off a little bit, or like vice versa if I'm on the fucking pan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Peacock said he can't do the white people tacos. It's just with
diced tomatoes and lettuce and fucking shredded lettuce.
Yeah, and one it's that flavor, like with the tacos. Like I don't know what
they get that fucking taco seasoning and you throw it in your fucking ground beef. Yes, the white people taco night.
For what?
But yeah, real tacos are the shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a type of motherfucker. I'm getting me a burrito, a super case, and a couple tacos all the time. Because I'm gonna eat that burrito right then and there and the tacos. Then that super case, you can nuke it and it's still fire later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wendell said, salute gents in the chat. He said, please don't tell me Diggs is hurt. Well, he's on the injury report as of today. So he's hurt. He's hurt to some extent, yes, but every player in the NFL is hurt to some extent right now. We don't know if he's in risk of not playing. So tomorrow is going to be a really important day, his practice. He might just go out and be a full go tomorrow. And like today, maybe he missed, I don't know, 20% of the routes he was supposed to run in practice or whatever.
If we look at as long as he gets eliminated tomorrow, I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
And then like Khalil Shakir or something like that. Look, if you need a pivot, like go make do your due diligence now.
Shakir,
because he's worth waiting down, right? And then like I would assume Shakira would get a little uptick in snaps, so I would do that.
Nice. Bakes, I'll send you a recipe for the birria tacos. I like it.
Yeah, because that's that. What is it? The sauce thing. That's just the shit, bro.
Yeah. South Sco said if in San Diego, got to hit Ortiz's. I've never heard of it. I lived there my whole life. Where's it at? What part of San Diego? Marco said the magic noodle sounds like a porn movie.
That's right.
He's not well endowed, is what I'm assuming.
Or maybe he's a and then say, have you seen part 2? The magic noodle part 2. I'm a shower, or I'm a grower, not a shower.
Oh man, I still think it's super crazy how South Park was like really like the movie Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they were going to name it, but it was going to be something like way more blatant than that. And so instead of being blatant, they like somehow snuck that in to being the name of their movie.
I mean, this is why Jewish people are the shit, bro. It's like they can just get away and shit like that.
Okay, South Coast said it's in Point Loma. Okay. Yeah, see, the only the place that I would go in Point Loma, man, these kids at Point Loma High School are hella spoiled because the real dope taco shop is like literally right at the bottom of the hill of the school. Like,
hey, do they fuck with do they got like the wet burritos out there?
Yeah, with like the enchilada sauce and shit.
Yeah, or like, or if not, it'd be like the verde sauce.
I mean, see, but even then, like I feel like mostly that's at like a restaurant, not at like a taco shop.
Yeah.
Because the taco shops is like, it's almost like, it's like fast food Mexican. Like,
because we got like those, they're like half and half joints.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, you can go, actually, it's weird because all our taquerias, they have like there's like different what's the word? I'm like regional shit. So it's like you had like the El Salvadorian style joint, or like
yeah, because that's what's crazy.
you had
Like
fucking straight Mexican street taco joint where it's like they have like the blood, the what is it called? The blood oysters, where those are like illegal in America.
yeah,
And stuff like that, like blood oyster tacos, and like people would just go there for that joint. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's crazy because like some of these, it's called Don Tor Tacos out of here, and I think they're from like San Diego, like originally. And those are like the only kind of like taco shops that are like around here, and the rest are just like restaurants.
Yeah, like because like for example, like there's this one joint called Santa Fe Burrito, and like this is my favorite joint of all time. But like, you know, they got everything there. You get like fucking melanesas. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like you can get it with pork or a chicken, and it's basically like a breaded like pork chop, hella tenderized. You know what I mean? And it's like they throw it together on a sandwich like a torta. You know what I mean? Yeah, those are the shit. Or we had like this place called the Mexican Bakery, where it's like you can get like all kind of like cakes and shit like that, but then they just have the fire sandwiches, like the fire tortas.
Yeah,
and they're like fatty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the torta. You know what I'm saying? All the meats. Pause.
Hell yeah. And Salsco said, shout out to my boy Jamal Agnew. Point Loma Pointers. Nice. Yeah, see, see, my brother went to he graduated in 2014 from there. So it's crazy. It must have been going to school at the same time over there. My brother would have been younger though.
I mean, Agnew's like 20 something right now, right? Like 24.
No, he's 28.
Oh shit, word. Damn, he's been around for a minute. I forgot.
Yeah, he got drafted in 2017. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. He went to USD. And I don't know, I'm not really known too much for the football over there. More baseball than anything.
When you got speed, they're gonna find you.
5th round pick. I mean, he's still around. It's definitely
return guy.
Yeah. All right, Derek. Peace out. He says he's going to Connecticut for a couple days. You be safe out there, bro. Have a good time. Man.
Check out some of them joints I sent you, D.
Yep. And Salsco, I've talked about this before, that Harbaugh's first gig was at USD. Yeah, for sure. And like, I actually knew someone, friend of a friend, who played on that team. Like when Harbaugh was there, he's doing a lot of recruiting from like Boston or some shit. Like, I don't know. And, but he got recruited to like go out there. And like, it was during the time, like when I knew this guy was right when Harbaugh, like, remember that one game where he kind of like shook the guy's hand, but then like pushed him out of the way, and it was like a big thing.
Jim, it was Jim Schwartz and Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
because the Lions, I think they were 5-0, and they came into Candlestick and we broke their streak.
I was asking him about that, and I was like, "What do you think? Is that like, are they taking it out of context?" He's like, "Nah, Jim's probably doing that. He probably like wanted to push him harder." He was like, "When he was like, we were right."
He's the guy like they shook hands, and of course they're like squeezing each other's hand hella hard, and then like Jim Schwartz like slapped him on the back. You know what I mean? He was like, "What the fuck?" And he like, you know what I mean? Did one of those. I mean, I'm probably remembering it a little wrong, but
he said when they were there, like they were trying to beat every team like 80-0. And like a lot of times they were getting very close to accomplishing that. Like that's how he moved up so quick. It's because they were throwing down like 70 points like every game, just like shitting on people.
Fuck gamesmanship, sportsmanship.
He had to put himself on the map, right? Like, man, you start scoring like 70 points like damn near a game. Like,
I mean, that's the recipe, right? You got to go somewhere and make it a diamond in the rough. Like, I mean, look at Jacksonville with what's my man's name? With Sanders.
Oh yeah, Jackson State. Yeah,
Jackson State. That's what I meant. But yeah, I gotta take off.
It's about that time, anyways. We're getting up out of here, guys. No show tonight for the Silver Screen Breakdown. We're doing it tomorrow. See you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.
as I make my way. The fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to wait. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Put your life together.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.